All right, today is Thursday, November 11th, 2021. Let's take a look at the price action this morning on the NASDAQ, utilizing the AbleTrend charts. Made a little bit of a change to my setup here. I took out the 15-minute chart on the S&P and put in the AbleTrend scalp chart. It's set up to be more of a quick in, quick out kind of chart. And so I'd just like to have it there as kind of reference to see where those support and resistance areas are. Really choppy day today, and not too many, if any, good trends. Had a little bit of a run there, a run here, but it was really choppy. And easy to get stopped out if you didn't have a wide stop. So let's zoom in, take a look. I'm trading a little bit different this week and utilizing more of a closer profit target when I'm getting in. I was utilizing the AbleTrend guidelines and trying to follow the trend, which is great, but you take a ton of paper cuts when you do that. And I'm starting to realize that it weighs on me and weighs on my emotions when I'm trading and makes it very difficult for me to stick with the rules and the guidelines to continue to take trades. When I've taken 2-3 losses in a row, it's hard to pull the trigger on that next one, especially when I like my setup right here. I have a lot of different charts on the screen, and so something might be telling me not to take the trade, but then of course it might break through. Maybe it was right up against 15-minute resistance. It then breaks through easily, and that's the one that runs 75 points and makes up for all the losses. It's easier said than done when you're in that day and you've taken those couple losses. It just kind of weighs on you. So I've been using this week a tighter profit target, about 15 points. So I get in and I'm looking to hit my 15-point trigger and get out. We'll see how it works in the long run, but on a day like today, it was quite beneficial. So we'll zoom in. We're on a sell signal at the open right here. It was a sweet spot. Not going to take a trade right at the open. I like to wait a couple minutes, and then if it does give me another signal like it did right here at 6:36 Pacific, I went short here around 80 or so and locked in the 15 points that I've been trying to get to on some of these trades. So they're kind of quick hitters, but I've found that I can capture profit on a trade like this and not get stopped out like I would have if I would have just let it run. 2 green bar exit wouldn't have been in play because we didn't have 10 points of profit. So I probably would have been out right around here for about a 12-point loss. So it's just something I'm giving a shot this week, seeing how it plays out. Obviously, I'm going to miss out on long trend runs, but it's a trade-off to have more winning trades. And honestly, it's difficult to sit in a trade for 45 minutes when you're winning. You want to take that profit and run. That's just my personality. Had another trade here, no trade zone. Another trade here, kind of a long bar. Didn't love that, but I thought we'd get a good little run still. And so in around 63 or so. Took some heat all the way up to 79.5. I typically use a 15-point stop for most trades. That works out quite well. So I was stopped out on that. That was unfortunate. Kind of ended up going to a low of 38.5 in at 63. So it gave us a good 20 points or so at the peaks or in valleys, but really didn't really give you a good trend. Following AbleTrend's guidelines, you'd be out the 2 green bar exit here. So you're in it. I mean, that wasn't even 10 points. So technically, you wouldn't have gotten out there. You would have gotten out here for a small loss. So that's the kind of day it was. I did take another signal. Wanted to get a sell signal here. Didn't love how it was getting away from us without the 2-minute printing. Came back up. Didn't love this trade right here. We got 3 minutes starting to print, but it was a green bar. If this was a blue bar, there's a good chance I would have gone in. But it was a green bar, and so I sat on my hands. Didn't get the blue bar till here, and I just felt like we were too extended off of the initial signal to get in there, so I did not take that trade. Obviously, it looked like it worked out. Easily could have ran from that point. Stayed out of all of this. We had the AO that was red, so it wouldn't take that. Stayed out of that one also. And then I did take this sell signal right here. Got a nice drop off. We had 3-minute confirm itself right here on this bar, so I love seeing that. In at 63, got a nice run down for 15 points, but it went even further than that. In at 63 would have been out, let's call it 37 or so. So that was a good, little over 25 points. So that was probably the best run of the day, honestly. That came towards the end of my trading session. But yeah, so I'm trying out this new strategy of kind of more of a, it's honestly more of a scalp strategy. That's when I'm utilizing this the scalp chart as well. But I think for the way I trade, the way my personality is and emotions are when I'm trading, I think it works best for me. And that's what you have to do. You have to find what works best for you. Some people like to get in and out. Some people have, you could call it the balls, to just sit there in a trade and be unfazed when you see a 400 point or $400 profit, and then it comes back to a break even, maybe even a loss, and then you lose on that trade. It's tough to see that, and I've seen it enough times in the last couple of weeks where I want to, if it's going to give me that $400, I'm going to take that $400 and I'm going to walk away. Look for another signal. If there's no other signal, I'll walk away with $400 on the day. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. But yeah, so I'm going to keep with this strategy, see how it continues to pan out. Not a great day, but it was a small profit for me today. So yeah, that was a quick review of the AbleTrend signals on the NASDAQ for Thursday, November 11th, 2021.